Right.
We have, of course, BlinG, desperate to try and make sure that this game goes his way. He looked so promising in game one after that 4-gate Stargate pressure, but his opponent down in the bottom
Pressure.
left.
That's a
Well,
nice way of saying it.
it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure, London. But his opponent down in the bottom left, the red Terran player from Team Empire, we have Cass, who after leveling back out has taken it to 1-1 and this ace game. Now, the one thing I did want to touch on from the last game, which we didn't mention, was the other good thing about Cass's macro play is because he got so many mules up, he lost a lot of those SCVs, and while that may look bad on paper, actually, with the mules, his income still stays alright, plus he has got much more free supply to get more units out. So even though he was a bit down in supply in that final engagement, his army supply was still looking really solid. And that's something that was really smart by Cass and why he was sacrificing a couple of those SCVs on their little suicide run towards BlinG's third.
Yeah, that suicide run, it was such a difficult decision to make. Am I going to go in? Am I going to steam up the ramp right now and go for the Nexus? Because when I'm there, it's going to be super difficult to retreat. As we see BlinG drop down, I think he practiced this, he dropped down both gases at the exact same time. You saw two probes stop their mining and go at the same time, which is a pretty cute thing to see. I like synchronized building placement. So getting his two gases, as we've seen him do in every game. Important to point out that he is not sending out an early probe. And the longer we don't have a probe going out, the least likely, of course, it's going to be any kind of proxy play.
Yeah, proxy play was something that I was going to be keeping a big eye out for on this map. There's a really nice position to do it at the kind of island expansion down to the bottom right. But at the moment, BlinG, he's just happily getting down his cybernetics core. He's pumping out the probe now, which is going to have a nice little look around and put a pylon right to the very left. This is good. This doesn't necessarily mean he's going to go for anything sneaky. It does mean, though, that he's keeping a good eye out for anything that could be dropping. This is a great map for drops. But for the moment, Cass, he's just sending out the Reaper, and most likely just going to be going for a fairly standard Reaper expand build.
Yeah, he's going to go for that. He has chosen to mine a little bit extra gas to get that reactor going immediately, because if you open Reaper, your marine count is going to be even lower in the early game than it would usually be. So having that reactor early on to make up for the lack of marines, definitely a good thing. We're going to have the skirmish between the Reaper and the Zealot here. The Reaper microing really well. This Zealot has to retreat to his Stalker buddy to be able to stay alive. Is that retreat going to be in time? BlinG might end up losing the Zealot. Is the Stalker going to get there in time? I think it might. Barely.
The Stalker will be able to come and save this poor Zealot, as long as the Zealot doesn't keep chasing, though, and the Zealot does go down, and that's something that could have been avoided.
Oh, look at the sneaky probe at the top. Sneaky probe. Where are you going? Let's follow its waypoint.
Oh, for a second I thought he was going to get spotted by that Reaper, but it went around the top. Oh.
So what is that sneaky probe going to do? I don't think it's going to do much. Maybe just take another hidden base or take a watchtower. The Reaper is now going to come into the natural of BlinG and see that the Nexus is down. This sentry is a little bit vulnerable here, but a sentry does beat a Reaper one-on-one, and of course the Mothership Core is now out, so that Reaper will be forced out of here. And there is actually a proxy pylon going down, and the Stalker went down at the front.
So what is this pylon going to be used for? We can see that there is only the one gate. It's going to be some tech. And what kind of tech? It will get revealed any second. Well, it's going to be a robo. You were exactly right there, Lurlian. Your game sense is on form right now. This Reaper, though, it's seen that the natural base is down. And if you know the natural is there, and you're not going to be too suspicious about...
Is he going to cancel it? I don't know, Kev. He's made... I know he's making extra probes. He's not going to cancel it. No. It's definitely going to stay up. So he's going to make a proxy robo, get a few immortals, and go for a 2-base timing push to break the bunkers on top of the ramp. A really good map to be going for a push like this on, because even if there are 3 bunkers there, it's super easy to force field them, and your long-range immortals will be able to DPS the bunkers down super quickly.
Yeah, I think what's really important about this is what I was actually saying before the game started, Lurlin. BlinG going for this very aggressive sort of 2-base style is such a smart move, because he saw just how efficient Cass was in the late game, and he does not want that to go there once more. He wants to finish this game out nice and early, put on a lot of pressure, stay in his comfort zone rather than letting Cass get to where he excels. But Cass, for the moment, he's getting down that stim, engineering bay and factory all at once to Hallucinated Phoenix, getting a good little read, but Cass at the moment has no clue that this proxy robotics facility is there, and the first immortal just coming out now.
Oh, this Reaper, man, being microed so nicely by our Empire player. And the Reaper is staying in the main base. The Reaper is thinking to himself, wait a second, where's his tech? he needs to get some tech. He doesn't have a Robo, he doesn't have a Stargate, he doesn't have a Twilight Council, he doesn't have Double Forge. What is this guy spending his money on? And I think Kaz is going to be thinking in the back of his head, something's up. And look at this.
Oh, the Marine! The Marine! Ooh. Oh, it's patrolling! He's so close, Lolin! Marine, come on. Don't just walk back and forth. Stop pacing. You're not on the phone to your girlfriend right now. You need to go over there and find that robotics facility. There is about to be 3 Immortals there, which you desperately need to identify. 3 more gateways are coming back home for BlinG. He's going to get ready to start warping them in. Meanwhile, Stim is going to be complete by this push coming.
Here comes the second Marine.
Forward. Marine, where are you going? Okay, where's it going? Let's follow it. Marine, where are you going?
Is he going to see the sentries? Is he going to see the sentries?
It's going to be so close. Okay, he sees the sentries. He sees the Immortals. But it's such a late point to see this. We've got 3 Immortals out there. BlinG needs to go pretty much now. But look at this. Straight away, great reaction from Cass. He's pulling all of those SCVs, all of the Marines to the front. He is ready to defend against this. He's ready to repair up that bunker. The force fields for BlinG are going to have to be exceptionally good. He is going to have to do a lot of damage here. He is committing quite a lot to this. The Mothership Core edging forward. Needs to be careful to stay up. Lurdian, this is very tense.
Oh, that Marine is the hero of the day. The Marine is now being healed back up to... Oh, the Marine died. The Marine that scouted out all that was to come has died off right now. The Immortals starting to do some damage to the SCVs that were in position to repair the bunkers. Even though this has been spotted, it can still very well work out for BlinG. And I think he's going to go in right now. His Mothership Core tanked some damage. The SCVs are not in the best position to repair the bunker. The bunker is still alive, though. The 5 of them SCVs are now repairing, and the Immortals are all still left alive. 3 of them DPSing away in the back. But the Marines, they do have Stim, they do good damage against the Immortals. The bunker is still standing, the Immortals getting pretty low on HP. 3 of them still standing though.
Yeah, SCVs still getting pulled, still trying to tank up some of this. BlinG just staying at the max range that he can afford to. He's lost one of those Immortals now. He did manage to kill 12 workers, though, in that push, just from the SCVs that have got killed. And this is something that you've got to be really cautious of. BlinG can keep this pressure on, and Cass has to be ever so careful. If we take a look at the army supply, currently it's 35 to BlinG to 26 of Cass. But at any moment, BlinG could come back up this ramp, and that moment will be now.
Yeah, he's going back up for the last attempt. The bunker is now going to fall. A lot of Stim Marines and Marauders left alive, though. They're going to stim forward and go for it. The Medevac is there to heal them. The SCVs are there to tank damage. 1 Immortal is still alive, but BlinG, he's losing ground. His Immortal is now dead. And that's bad news for him. His Stalker's starting to die off, but there's not that many Marines and Marauders left alive. Empire Cast on equal supply with his opponent. A lot of SCVs still dying off. BlinG now on equal worker count as his opponent, but he doesn't have the tech behind this. He cannot fall back. He has to go and finish this. He knows that he's going to lose to Medevac pressure if he doesn't finish the game in the next minute.
Yeah, BlinG has to win in the very near future. That bunker is desperately trying to get constructed. A scan goes down, picks off the Observer. Nice little snipe there. A couple of force fields will be utilized. BlinG moving back up this ramp. The SCVs trying to tank up some of the damage. The Marauders getting focused by these Stalkers. This is exactly what BlinG needs to do here. And as we can see, only a handful of infantry units are remaining. More reinforcements are going to be coming in. A lot of those Stalkers quite low on health, though. The bunker gets taken out before it can finish. More Marauders and Marines coming to reinforce. Zealots being walked in behind this. The reinforcements for BlinG also integral to this push working. This is ever so close at the moment, but BlinG, I feel, is just slightly edging ahead.
He is starting to edge ahead. Here comes Cass for the last question mark. Stim down the ramp. A lot of his Marines and SCVs are stuck on top of the ramp. He's trying to micro to keep his Marauders alive because they are the ones that can deal with the Stalkers. All the Zealots have now melted down again. More Stalkers are going to be coming in. It's pure Marine with 1 Marauder at this point. A lot of Medevacs are still alive. Still 3 of them, but they're very low on energy. More Stalkers are, of course, being warped in by BlinG constantly. The SCVs tanking damage. How many SCVs do we have left? Still 28 SCVs. So Empire Cast still has a decent SCV count. He's not out of this yet. The supply count dead even. 56 versus 56 just a second ago, but more warp-ins coming out of BlinG.
Yeah, he's got 3 Zealots now. Those 2 sentries at the back. The force fields used
armor
very effectively.
Upgrade.
Yeah,
1-1 is now down for Cast.
That is a massive thing, but there's just a lot of stuff here for BlinG at the moment. He gets some good force fields there, trapping quite a lot of the infantry, but now stopping his own units from chasing down. There's a good number of Marines there. The Medevacs are very low on energy. More reinforcements always coming in for Cass, and well, BlinG, he's still kiting the best he can, but losing a good number of Stalkers here.
I think the upgrades are going to win Cast the game. If this goes on for another minute, the upgrades are just going to make too much of a difference. 2 fresh Medevacs come out. That's really good. The bunker has finished up, and I think our Terran player has finally stabilized. And what is BlinG going to do? He's going to resume pro production. He has actually resumed pro production a minute ago. So he's now up to 40 workers over the 30 workers of his opponent. But like I pointed out earlier, he needs something. He needs Colossi. He needs a Templar Archive. and he needs upgrades. He's down in tech, and he's down in upgrades. He is ahead in economy, though.
He does have the robotics facility, but the trouble is it's proxied, which means that if BlinG falls back to his natural base, that can easily get sniped off, and therefore he'd have to remake it. So that's why he's staying in this more forward position. But look at this, Cass, feeling quite confident, going to move down, going to say, hey BlinG, realise that actually no, he doesn't want to take that fight, so moves back a little bit further. BlinG, behind this, he has once more Cup Pro production, at least temporarily, so he is still just committing to yet another push.
Here he goes again, pushing up the ramp. The bunker's getting force-fielded. The units have those really great upgrades right now. There is another Immortal out on the field, but not that many Marauders, and the Immortal is currently shooting at SEVs. The upgrades are making all the difference here. Cass is breaking the UK Protoss player, and BlinG, he's on the run. He knows the game is over. He well plays out of this. Well, he calls well played to Cass and leaves the game.